Hi, I'm Gadi Levy with part 2 in relationships with God. In the last session, we discussed the idea behind how a mitzvah is not so much an end in its own accord as much as it enables us to develop a relationship with our higher power, with God. By doing mitzvot, we become of greater spiritual essence, and that enables us to have a relationship with God who is of total spiritual essence. In this session, we will attempt to delve a little deeper and discuss the Beit HaMikdash, or the Holy Sanctuary, and where it has its place in Judaism. Our sages explain that the Beit HaMikdash, the Jewish temple, was not so much a place of holy worship, as much as it was a house where we developed our relationship with God. Let me say that one more time. Our sages explained that the Beit HaMikdash, the Jewish temple, was not so much a place of worship as much as it was a house where we developed our relationship with Hashem, with God. So that's right, it's going to all follow through. If all the mitzvot are to enable us to develop our relationship with God, then the ultimate relationship is going to happen in God's house, in the Beit HaMikdash, the Holy Temple. Therefore, when we look back in our history to periods whereby the Beit HaMikdash, the temple, was active, we look toward it with sadness of a wonderful relationship by God. And the question then that needs to be asked is, what do we have for ourselves today? We don't have that fabulous building where our deepest relationship with God was fulfilled. So, with what have we been surviving on till now? Are we truly so far away from God? Surely God has not forsaken us over these 2,000 years of Jewish history without a Beit HaMikdash. A wonderful answer that is offered by Rav Shimshon Pincus is that we are able to have that great closeness with God in the comfort of our own homes. And that Beit HaMikdash, that holy temple, comes back to us every week, and it's called Shabbos. On Shabbos, we have everything that we had in the Beit HaMikdash, which is, we have that beautiful relationship with God. To prove it, Rabbi Pincus goes and gives us a whole lot of parallels between the Beit HaMikdash and Shabbos. I'm just going to give you a couple of them right now, and feel free to answer and comment on other parallels that you may find. In the Beit HaMikdash, for example, we had a beautiful candelabra. It was called the menorah. It was made out of gold, and every evening it was lit. On Shabbos too, we have our Shabbos candles, and they're also held in a beautiful candelabra. In the Beit HaMikdash, we had a shulchan, a beautiful table, whereon the lechem hapanim, the showbread, rested. And similarly, we have our own Shabbos table, where we have our two challahs, our two breads. In the Beit HaMikdash, the Kohen who worked there wore special clothes only to be worn during service, and so too on Shabbos. We have our special unique clothes that we wear on Shabbos. They're called our Shabbos clothes. In the Beit HaMikdash, our sages explained that the food that the Kohen ate did not belong to them. It was as if they were guests. Yeah, they were guests at God's table. They ate food that did not belong to them. They were just guests. Similarly, on Shabbos, we're taught that the food that we eat doesn't come out of our own budget. God says anything that we spend on Shabbos, He will pay us back for that. It's almost as if we are guests at God's table on Shabbos in our own home. So, there you have just a number of parallels between Shabbos and the Beit HaMikdash. And if the Beit HaMikdash was a place whereby we were able to develop our relationship with God, then similarly Shabbos is also going to be that place whereby we're going to develop our relationship with God. So this coming week, as we go into Shabbos, let's try and keep our focus on what Shabbos is truly about. It's much more than a day of rest. It's a day of connection. It's a day of relationship. Shabbat Shalom. I'll see you next week.